we're prepared for, and we've obviously just landed and we know how hot it is, but it's something that we've played in before. We've played abroad before and in pre-season and things like that. So it's something that we'll try and use, and but we know it will be hot, but we can't change that.
You obviously play against Spurs regularly. What kind of team are they like to play against? And do you think it's fair to say that they're the underdogs tomorrow night?
I think in terms of Champions League and getting to the final and that, then yeah, they are, because obviously we got to one last year and they never. So clearly that in that fact, yeah. But in terms of quality, in terms of sides, then I think it's quite even. They've got world-class players, we've got world-class players, and tomorrow it's literally a fight till the end to see who wins and who wants it more. I think it'll be difficult for both sides. Both sides have the game plans, and I think it's fair to say that it'll be a really tactical game from both sides, and I'm sure whoever comes out on top will deserve it, and I'm sure the best team will win tomorrow.
For me, I don't think they're underdogs personally. The games I've played against them in the Premier League, it's been the toughest games we've played. And the way they set up, the way they can cause us problems, but we know we can cause them problems as well, just like any team. So, like Trent said as well, we'll both get very good squads, and it's about who shows up better on the day, because if they're better than us, then they'll definitely win the game, and vice versa. But if both teams go and play 100% of their potential, then it doesn't guarantee that we'll win, or it doesn't guarantee they'll win. It'll be decided on a special moment or whatever. So I think the two teams are fairly matched. I think they've had an unbelievable season, and they'll be full of confidence. But so are we. So we look forward to the challenge, and we look forward to go toe to toe with them. And but for me, I think it's very even.
Hi guys, I wanted to ask you about in Madrid. There's obviously a lot of Liverpool fans here already. Photos and videos coming through. Are you going to watch those tonight? Are you going to watch them before the game tomorrow? And does that inspire you, or was there extra pressure with the amount of people here?
Nah, I don't think it's extra pressure at all. I think even already the amount of the numbers that are already here, it's impossible to fit that many in the stadium. So we know that there's a lot of support here already. I think even without seeing any videos or pictures or hearing anything, that no matter where we go around Europe or around the world, the support's always going to be there. That's part and parcel of playing at a massive club like Liverpool is. So I think already we've experienced it. Like I said, last season we experienced a lot of stuff. I think this season we've experienced it as well. So I think all the lads are prepared to put everything on the line for the fans, and I think hopefully everyone who's out here and everyone back home and all around the world will be able to celebrate tomorrow night.
I think if you come across the videos and stuff like that, then it's it's not a bad thing. It's always a good thing to see your fans having a good time, and we obviously hope they continue that. But we like Trent said as well, we feel the pressure of playing for this club every day, because we know the fan base it's got worldwide, and we know there's going to be thousands of people over here that don't have tickets and do have tickets, and the ones in the stadium are just a small fraction of what Liverpool represents. So we have that pressure day to day, so it's not going to make a difference, come tomorrow, whatever, that's not going to change. But, we're appreciative of the support we've got, and that will continue on to tomorrow, I'm sure.
You two are two of the fullbacks with more assists in Premier League. Facing a team like Tottenham with so many dangerous players on the wings like Son and Moura and Dele, does it change your approach to this game at all?
We play in a certain way, and of course, every game that we go into, we show the team we play with our full respect, and the wingers with full respect. But I'm sure, a lot of teams have showed us that respect as well in terms of wingers, defending against us, but also we need to be switched on. We're first and foremost defenders. A clean sheet's just as important to us as assists are. So, if we can obviously keep their wingers quiet and keep their attacking players quiet, then, we've done half our job. But the way we play, we want to get forward as well, and we want to try and help create and help be involved in the attack. So we'll continue to do that. But, it's all about, we defend as 11 players. So it's not necessarily just on us, and it's about protection and things like that. And hopefully we'll all be spot on with that tomorrow.
Yeah, obviously I think like Robert said, we have respect for the opposition, but we play with a certain style, and we try not to change that for any team. I think obviously we've got to be respectful of Tottenham's attackers, but likewise if we sit back and let them get on top of us, then that's when they're at their best. I think it's best for us to be high up the pitch and in their half is where we're at our best. So I think that'll work for us tomorrow, and I'm sure whatever happens, we'll try and play our way like we have done all season and not change it.
Gentleman in the middle.
Hi, I have a question to both of you. Liverpool is also a city behind you, thousands of fans following you all over the world whenever you play. The fact that Liverpool has lost the two last times they were in final, 2016 in Basel and last year in Kiev. To you players, has it had pressure? On the contrary, you don't think of those finals?
No, I think they're past us. I think obviously I think on behalf of me and Robbo, we weren't at Basel. We weren't playing then, so I think last season the experience has helped us this season. I think we learnt a lot from the game. I think it'll be daft of us to just completely forget what happened last season and try and start fresh. I think we've used things throughout the season that we learnt in Kiev from the side Madrid, that the way they won the game, the way they went about things, and how they beat us. I think we've matured as a team. We've showed how we can win games, how we can hold on to 1-0 leads, and we can keep clean sheets a lot better. And I think throughout the course of the season, we've proven why we're such a good side. And yeah, it's because of the experiences we've had so far, and I'm sure we'll use them as motivation again tomorrow. And I think obviously, I think personally, I don't want to feel how I felt last season in Kiev again tomorrow, and that'll be running through my mind during the game, and maybe put that extra 1 or 2% in.
I think for me, it's the last finals are irrelevant really, because we can't go back and change them. We, as a squad, this new squad, then it's our first time being in the final. We made quite a few signings in the summer, and we obviously a couple of people left. So in terms of that, it was our first title challenge, and it was our first time to get to a Champions League final. Of course, there was a lot of us that played last season, and we can use that experience of we have used it already, going far in a tournament and dealing with the pressure of playing Saturday, Tuesday every single week, and that's why we've kept our standards pretty high this season. And but we can't focus on Kiev or Basel or anything, because the finals are done. If you focused on games that you got beat, then we would struggle all the time. So we won't be thinking about that, but we'll trying to create different feelings, of course, because last year was it was a horrible feeling after the game, and we hope to have a lot better feelings this time.
Gentleman in the red shirt.
Hi guys. How much do you players want to win this title, also for your coach Jurgen Klopp, who developed Liverpool a lot in recent years, but who also lost some finals in a row?
Yes, of course we don't just do it for us and our family. We do it for the manager, the coaches, and everyone that's behind the scenes at Melwood. We do it for every single one of them that put all their time and basically their life into making sure we're right. So look, we want to do it for all of them, and of course the manager's the front of that. Since he's came here, he has changed the way the club is, and we obviously want to try and repay him with a trophy. We've squads before have came close and just fell short, and it's all about trying to take that next step. But it's not just for him; it's for his team behind. the team behind the team and everyone at Melwood and all our families. So, we have all that driven forward, but, of course it would be nice to see him with his hands on the trophy.
We'll take 2 more questions. Gentleman in the blue shirt up there, and gentleman with the glasses there.
Lucas Moura for Tottenham, he scored a hat-trick against Ajax Amsterdam. How do you two rate Lucas Moura as a player?
Yeah, obviously I think he came from a tough time in Paris with PSG, obviously, and he showed since he came into the Prem that he's a really, really top-class player. I think many defenders will say that when they come against Tottenham, then he's up there at the top of the list as one of their most dangerous players. But I think obviously we played against them twice so far this season. We're used to how Tottenham play as a team. We know their threats, we know their weaknesses, and I think it's not so much about us singling out players about how good they are and getting caught up in their quality, because that'd be easy to do as they have world-class players in basically every position. But I think as a team, they've showed their quality so far this season. They've beaten many a good team along the way in their run and showed that they're a good side, and that's why they're here. So I think it's about respecting Tottenham as a full team and going out there tomorrow with that respect and obviously using our tactics against them and knowing how we can hurt them going the other way.
Yeah, I think echoing what Trent said, I think he's getting towards world class now, and I think he's came on so much the last couple of seasons, and to be fair, you kind of start to expect that now, the way Pochettino manages and the way Tottenham have went about their business. Then every signing they make seems to improve massively when they sign. So he's been no different, and of course he was the hero in Ajax with the 3 goals when it probably looked unlikely as well, similar to us, but a fantastic player with fantastic qualities, and one that we're definitely wary of, but like Trent says, we've came up against him before and we know his strengths, and it's all about trying to deal with that. But in a minute, in a second, he can change a game, and it's up to us to try and stop him from doing that.
Last question. No. Left. Yes. There. Thank you.
Hi. How much time do you spend talking to one another about the art of playing as a fullback, and to what extent do you think you've driven each other on?
I think obviously me and Rob have got a really good relationship on and off the pitch. I think it's not so much us talking about that. I think we both know each other's qualities and where we can improve, and it's about obviously in training pushing each other every single day. And I think it's down to the lads as well who pushes every single day to keep us going and to test us and take us to our limits. And I think there's not so much discussions of things like that, but we recognise each other's qualities. We try and play to each other's qualities, and obviously it's a good duo to be a part of. And I think this season we've done so well with the assists and everything like that, but I think we trade them all in for a little bit of silverware, and I think tomorrow hopefully we'll be able to perform well, and obviously hopefully win the trophy, and then it'll all be worth it this season. And I'm sure Rob will say the same, that everything tomorrow is going to be for us as a team, and to bring the trophy back to the fans back home.
Yeah, we both, you can look at what each other are doing, and especially the good things, and that's why obviously we have private competitions and things like that drive each other on, because we enjoy seeing each other doing well, and we enjoy I get as much buzz at seeing him assisting a goal or making a goal line challenge than I do for myself, because I know we're both part of a good defence, but we're kind of a duo in the fullback positions, and we both want each other to do as well as we can do. So in terms of that, yeah, but we don't talk about the art of play or anything like that. We just enjoy seeing each other doing well, and of course if one of us sees something in the game that the other can take advantage of as such, then we'll talk to each other and we'll try and do it. But it's definitely about just trying to improve each other and obviously take the confidence from the other players as well.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. We are free to go to prepare for the training. So joining us on the top table is manager of Liverpool, Mr. Jurgen Klopp. May I have your questions, please? Gentleman in the blue shirt.
Good afternoon. I'm here. Hi. What have you learned from last year's final and all the previous finals that you had as a manager?
From last year, that a bicycle kick from 18 meters can be a goal as well. And from all the other finals, nothing really. It's that the finals were always different. It's always you come there with a different team. The circumstances are different. The opponent is different. I know where your question leads to. I thought really what question will happen today, because I spoke pretty much about everything, but then that was clear. It's obvious. If I would be the reason for losing 6 finals in a row, then everybody needs to worry really. Huh? So if that's not the case, then we always have to have a chance, and that's how we see it actually. That we go here, that we go in a situation where we learned. Not from the final, because there was not there were 3 strange goals: a world-class goal of the year, and 2 more strange goals, which you usually don't concede, but we conceded them. Apart from that, it was a good game, so you have to accept that. No, but it's not to discuss it after the game. Big, you only accept it and go home. But we learned a lot in the time since we are together. With a lot of players, I'm together since 3 years. With some players, I'm together since a year. And this year, we learned a lot again. We are a completely different side to last year. So the final was not too important for our improvement. But the final was like a starting point again for the next steps. That's how we saw it. That's how we wanted to use it, and that's what we did. But from the game, we couldn't learn a lot, to be honest.
Jurgen, is
Roberto Firmino fully fit to start, or is it a risk given his lack of game time?
Yeah, from this point of view, yes, he's ready. If he will start, if Posh afterwards says the exact lineup, then call me, then I'll tell you our lineup as well. So if not, then I thought I'd keep at least the few question marks open, let me say it like this. But yeah, he's fit, he's trained, you will see it later, he's here. If nothing happens from the moment when he left the plane to now, because I didn't see him since then he should be fine. Completely fine.
Sorry, sir.
Hello, Jurgen. Martin Einstein from ESPN. In what sense you were talking about learning process from this year to the side that you have last year? In what sense do you think you have grown?
Much more mature. It's a different side. We are old. Age is a good thing. We're getting older from all point of views, actually. And we are a year older. We have the players like Trent has around 50 games more in his legs, with more experience in football. Was in different situations more often. We were in a situation last year. The boys performed in that final. It was not that we had no chance in that final against a clear favorite. So that was okay. That helped us as well. But last year we were surprised by ourselves, about ourselves a little bit, that we were in the final. It's like so many good teams. We had to play the qualifier and then you go through, yes, with brilliant games, but we were always, it was like flying at home against City, but really under pressure at City, flying at home against Rome, but really under pressure at Rome, so we are not as consistent as we are now. And that was the main thing what we had to develop, what we had to prove. And there were few things you can do in your approach and different, yes, with tactics as well, how you want to behave as a group in different situations. And on the other hand side, you don't want to kill your obvious strengths. So, and we were, our speed, our technical skills, is all still there. We had a part in the season. I think the English colleagues know that better when they spoke a lot about it, that we don't play the same football anymore, but we get the points. So it took a while, a bit of time that the people got used to it, to our more mature. But we had still fantastic football games. So it's not like this. Just we had to make a step. The boys made this step. That's the reason for 97 points, nothing else, because the boys were real consistent, and that led us here as well. And so now we should be tomorrow again very consistent.
Lady in the white jacket.
Thank you. It's PP Sports from China. 3 days before in Melwood, you said this time for you and your team, it's a pure moment. But about Tottenham, they already created a new history. It seems to have nothing to lose. So which team you think had more advantage, especially from mentality? Thank you.
Oh, that's a very interesting thing to think about, but probably not for me or for Pochettino. If I would think Tottenham has an advantage, I would be mad. So, and if he would say, I think the advantage is on the Liverpool side, he would be mad as well. So, think about it. We don't really think about it. It's not about having an advantage now. It's working for an advantage tomorrow. If there, I know that people say probably this year we are the favorites because we have had much more points in the league. But if you saw the games against Tottenham, it was 2-1 both times, especially the home game. We won with a very strange goal, I would say. But we were always really good. In both games, we were really good, and it was anyway only a 2-1. So there is no advantage before the game. We can work for advantages, like you can work for spaces, like you can work for opportunities in this game tomorrow. But you have to do it in the game. Nothing in the moment. Not possible.
Gentleman in a black shirt.
Jurgen, do you believe in luck, in fate, that a manager can have a lucky career, that a manager can have an unlucky career, that it can...
Do you think I have an unlucky career?
Not necessarily. I think, you've had certain things go against you.
My career for sure so far was not unlucky, but I had... The problem is of my career, and my missus is telling me that all the time, but she asked me before the season, when is the last game of the season? But it's pretty likely that we are part of. And it's again the Champions League final this year. So since 2012, apart from 2017, I was every year with my team in the final. So we came there sometimes with luck in some moments, but most of the time because we had to go there. So I'm probably the moment world record holder in the last 7 years at least in winning semi-finals. If I would write a book about it, probably nobody would buy it. So, but how I said, it's only, I'm a normal human being. Huh? So if I would now sit in a room and think, it's all about me, I'm the reason, then I really would, then that's, if I would see myself as a loser or whatever, then we all would have a problem. But I don't see that like this. I see all the other things. The rest is only for the outside world, that you think afterwards I'm a winner. But that's not interesting to me, to be honest. That's the obvious thing, the silverware. That's why we are here. We want to win it with all we have. But the things that didn't happen in the past, for me, it's still, I still got confidence, can take confidence out of that, and could always. So that's all good. And before I went to the finals, I won pretty much all these little things. When promotion with Mainz, I know that's not interesting anymore, and all this stuff, but that's all. We won these games. We won a lot of games. We won games for the Champions League. So I think there can be moments that are lucky and unlucky, and in the few finals I was part of, we were never on the lucky side. That's true. Yeah, but I cannot change that. How I understand luck, if you work for it, you have it from time to time, not always. And that's why we try again and work for it. But apart from that, no, was not an unlucky career yet, and it's not over. So I have still a few years, hopefully. So it's okay. Could have been better, could have been worse. So I'm fine.
Gentleman in the back.
Sorry, where's my
Jürgen Klopp, one question from Germany, vielleicht mit der Bitte, sie auf Deutsch zu beantworten, wenn es geht. Viele deutsche Fans drücken die Daumen, sind morgen für Liverpool und hoffen, dass sie den Titel endlich holen können. Registrieren Sie das? So viel Support auch aus Deutschland kommt für Sie?
We will accept only questions in English, please.
Yes, a lot of people in Germany support for Liverpool. Registrate you the power from Germany for you?
The power of Germany. Also wenn jetzt in Deutschland viele Leute viel mehr Menschen für Tottenham wären als für Liverpool, wenn sie denn für Fußball interessieren, das fände ich schon hart. Ich glaube, bei Tottenham ist ist ein deutscher Spieler dabei, ich muss kurz überlegen. Son, ja gut, der ist Südkoreaner, der super Deutsch spricht, das stimmt, aber der ist Südkoreaner. Also dass er so, ja, jetzt bin ich eine Weile nicht mehr da. Ich habe ja ganz viel Familie und Freunde da, zum Glück noch, und die sind alle für Liverpool. Die waren aber auch immer für mein Team, so dementsprechend, ja, die Kraft spüre ich auf jeden Fall. Aber ist toll, das, wie gesagt, sind 2 Deutsche, ja? Mit Joel und mir. Noch jemand? Sind 2 Deutsche im Finale. Klar ist Deutschland dann für Liverpool, ist ja normal. Ja? Es muss Schalke und Dortmund zusammen, wird immer verrückter. Ja, so, also alles gut. Freue mich sehr darüber. Wir kriegen das mit, aber nur aus Erzählung. Now in English?
Yes, please.
Really? Okay.
A summary should
What
be.
was the question? Was again? Do you remember the question? So no, it's about
German power.
Yeah. I said I wouldn't be disappointed if a lot of German people would be for Tottenham, because there's no German player in the Tottenham team or German coach. And I said, yeah, Son as a Bundesliga player, but he's South Korean. He's proud of that. He played for the country, but he had to go nearly to the army. So. But he speaks perfectly German. That's really true. He's like a German, that's true. Apart from that, I feel the power, but especially family and friends, because I was a while ago that I was in Germany, but family and friends, they're always for the team I'm part of. So that's then my responsibility to make a party possible this time after the game, because they wait already for a couple of years, obviously.
Thank you very much.
Jürgen? No. Is this a final for dreamers, an example that could show what courage, determination, believing in your methods can do, the way that Spurs qualified and you qualified to the final?
Yeah, 2 proper football teams in the final, I would say. Not the others are kind of football team, but it's like build step by step. Both. I respect a lot what Poch did for us. He's obviously only half a year longer. I'm not sure how much longer he's in England, at Tottenham. And had a very talented group when he came there, obviously, and what they did together, how they improved together, it's really impressive. We had to do it in a different way, but at the end, the way is still, from a specific point of the way, is similar. Yes, I like that. But to be honest, if Ajax would have been in the final, would have been deserved as well, because similar story with Barcelona, it's slightly different. They are used to situations like this pretty much, and other teams are maybe built for that. So that's it. But these things. Yeah, it's a real football final. So and now both have to deal with that, because that makes the game pretty intense. In a how I felt now, it will be warm as well. That's for so many English people in the stadium. We are not used to that. The people in the stand not. So on the pitch it will be, but it's all good. We're really looking forward to it. And it's will be a proper game, I'm sure.
Jürgen, good afternoon. Nowadays it's a bit strange to face with a shiny coach, even if a shiny person. The reason why is that you are so proud to stay in this club, or is your personal behavior, the way to face life on a personal viewpoint?
Sorry, we have a shiny person. I'm a shiny person. What? Brilliant. Thank you. That's nice. You have to tell that Poch as well. He's a nice fella as well. So not. in that moment I lost it, actually. And I didn't get a lot of compliments. Usually people talk about me when I'm not around. So if it's my personality was the question, or if it's because I'm so happy being the manager of this club. That was the question, and that's the answer. 50% is, yeah. I think I have a lucky career. I think it's lucky to sit here, actually, to be honest. And on the other hand side, yes, it's a big club. It's a wonderful club, and it's a while ago that we fell in love to each other, and that's how it is. And now we work together already for a while, and we'll work together for a couple of more years, and then everything is fine. So, and we sit here in a Champions League final, before a Champions League final. So that's the biggest game in how I know in world football for clubs. So means I think it's normal that I'm in good shape, actually, and in a good mood. So even when I was unlucky so far, but still I'm maybe silly enough to try it again and again and again and again, and I don't waste time with being already before the game in a bad mood. So how I learned, I have enough time for that after the game. So we will be there, and we will try to play a very positive game as well.
We'll take 2 more questions. Gentleman with the glasses here, and gentleman in the third row there.
Hello, Songbo Lee from Gold.com Korea. Your first game as a Liverpool manager was against Tottenham, Pochettino's Tottenham, and it was a draw. So do you believe we have a high possibility of the game tomorrow will go to the penalties?
Wow, that's not really logical, you know that, huh? That the first game was a draw, that's why after another 10 games in between, I think with 1 draw, a 2-2 at home, 2 penalties for Tottenham and stuff like that. So there is a possibility. If it's really possible, I don't know. But yes, we are not that far away from each other. That's completely unlikely. It could be a draw as well. Yeah, that's it.
Last question. Behind you.
Hi. Enough conversation about the game, a broader question about the Champions League. This is obviously your 3rd final. There's so much talk at the moment about changing the Champions League, about introducing promotion and relegation, guaranteeing places for many teams. How much do you like the Champions League as it is now, and how much do you want to protect it, or would you like change to the Champions League?
Make the semi-final the final, and I'm completely fine with that thing. Make it over 2 legs, and that's what can I say. I'm completely happy with that. With the competition, I don't know what people want to change, but it's normal. If you have not enough to do, then you think constantly about things you can change. That's and yeah. So I loved the competition always, but to be honest, as a kid, when it was in Germany, it was Landesmeisterpokal, Cup of the Champions, the champions. So that was for me absolutely. I loved it as well. But I like the group stages. I like the qualification modus and all that stuff. I think the right teams play in it. Each team has the same chance to go through. This is if we start, I could criticize some things about. Maybe we should not talk about UEFA today, but about the FIFA then. But not this tournament. I love it. So that's how it is. But yeah, I still cannot make that decision, obviously. So for me, it's fine. Good.
Mr. Klopp, thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.